Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Talk and Tunes. I'm so glad to have with me today Amanda Page Cornett. Welcome back.
So great to be back. It's great to see you.
I'm so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for joining me. Tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
I'm a Nashville-based artist, recording artist, and I'm originally from South Carolina, Carolina girls. Got to give you
Yeah.
one of those too. I'm a Southern rock and soul artist. My music's kind of melded between country, Southern rock, and blues, and so I just kind of fell into that Southern rock and soul album. Soul sound is what we call it, and just finished a second project down in Muscle Shoals, Alabama, which we're very excited about. So, yeah.
Yay! You mentioned being from South Carolina. Yes, us Carolina girls. So I've got to mention before we dive into everything else, your new release and everything that you've got going on. I'm just going to give a shout out to one of my favorite songs of yours, Carolina Coast. I had your
Yeah.
music playing earlier today while I was getting ready and going through some things. But yeah, Carolina Coast, I think that's always going to be one of my favorites of yours. That came out, yeah, that came out in 2019. And was that just like an homage to home when you wrote that? Is that what you were thinking about when you wrote
Yeah,
that?
so two of my co-writers, Tracy Colling and Kevin Roby, and I got together, and it was a really cold day in Nashville, and we were really just like, we wish we were at the beach. And Tracy spent her childhood going to the Carolina coast. I'm from the Carolina, South Carolina, so like it kind of was natural. Kevin actually ended up going to the Carolina coast playing guitar for me one time for the first time, got to see the beach for the first time,
Oh,
and
wow.
so it just kind of came out naturally, and it's definitely a favorite of ours as well.
Yeah, favorite when you go out. I can see why that would be a crowd favorite when you're out playing.
It's just take you to the beach, especially when it's
Yeah.
cold. Just close your eyes and let's go to the beach. So,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those songs that you can just kind of get lost in when you're just like, okay, I need some music to just put the headphones on and just kind of get lost to and just imagine yourself somewhere else.
that's right.
Yeah, it's one of those songs that just kind of do it. Well, I don't want to sway you. You do whatever you want to do. If you want to play that one or if you want to play something else.
Kick it off with that one for you. How about that?
Okay, I'm not going to debate it. I love it.
There's a place where the wind don't care. Salty breeze blowing through my hair. Oh, won't you take me there. Crescent moon is a shining bright down on me and my baby tonight. Oh, I need a little piece of paradise. Oh, take me down to that Carolina coast, the commotion of the ocean. Heal my soul, build a mansion on the sands. I sure could use some shore. Oh, sit back and watch the palmettos blow. Smell the jasmine in the air as the sun lays low on that Carolina coast. There's a wave rolling through my mind, memories of a carefree time. Oh, they carry me away with the tide. Barefoot shagging in the sand, swaying to a boardwalk band, still a kiss. Oh, how I wish I was there again. Oh, take me down to that Carolina coast, with the motion of the ocean. Heal my soul, build a mansion on the sand. I sure could use some shore. Oh, sit back and watch the palmettos blow. Smell the jasmine in the air as the sun lays low on that Carolina coast. Clear one smile, sun kissed glow. Sweet magnolia, oh, I wanna go. Take me down to that Carolina coast, let the motion of the ocean heal my soul. Build a mansion on the sands. I sure could use some shore. Yeah, sit back and watch the palmettos blow. Smell the jasmine in the air as the sun lays low on that Carolina coast. Oh, take me there. I wanna go to that Carolina coast.
Yeah. Oh, I love it so much. Oh, and it makes me want to go to the beach, especially
Right?
right now.
I know, right? When it's so cold, it's like, oh, beach.
Oh, I know. Wouldn't it be so nice? Oh, it's even nice to be at the beach when it's cold. I don't
It
mind being.
is. Just the water. There's something about the water.
There is. There is. There's just something about setting out on the beach. It doesn't matter what the temperature is. I can set out on the beach when it's cold, when it's warm, anywhere in between. There's just something relaxing to me about
Yes.
hearing the waves come in. Um, just yeah,
You
something
and me both.
healing, something relaxing and healing about that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Love it, love it, love that song. Um, and recent song you just released around January 9th, I think it
Yep.
was. Brand new song, Cajun Kirk and Bella. Um,
Yes.
Tell us about that song. And I know you're going to play that one at the end for us. So
Yeah.
you guys hang around for that. That's a treat. Tell us about that song and how that one came to be. That I love that.
That's kind of a CCR, like Creedence Clearwater Revival sound. Still, I think within that Southern rock and soul gem, but yeah. So, my buddy Kirk, who is a captain, he was a Navy captain at one point, and he's a friend of mine here in Nashville, and he is definitely from the Cajun part of Louisiana, and he has that real thick Creole accent. You know, I can't do his accent nearly as well as he does because it's his, but he
I know.
actually
I love those Louisiana accents.
he's a trip, and he has a dog who is 3/4 wolf and a quarter Malamute, and her name is Bella. And if you look up the song Cajun Kirk and Bella, they are in the cover photo for the song because felt like they had to be. The
Yeah.
story is totally made up, but the characters are real. So I got together with Mark Narmore and Grant Walden, and we ended up writing it. It was originally Cajun Kirk and the Jerk, based on a little scenario where Cajun Kirk had my back and called me and was like, "Don't you mess with those people. You don't even need to go around those people," because somebody was being mean. And but we decided it was a better story to make it about Kirk and Bella because she's so cool and everything. So that is where the song came from, and
Love it.
got to go down to Muscle Shoals and record it. Grant was actually one of our co-producers and our engineer, and man, it's always magical going down to Muscle Shoals, and it was so much fun. Mark put a lot of the piano and keys on it, and in fact, on the recording, there's a part at the end of the song where it goes into old-fashioned radio and it sounds like a riverboat.
Yeah.
And I went to lunch and came back, and I went to get lunch for everybody, came back to the studio to do vocals, and was recording vocals, and all of a sudden I hear it, and I'm like, where did that come from? Because they had done it while I had gone to get lunch. And I was like, that's awesome. So they were making magic even when I was there.
Yeah, and I think that's what I meant. Not so maybe not your vocals so much, but just the musicianship
Feel. Yeah.
behind it. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, great musician. So my bass player and my guitar player, Randall Scott Peterson and Sherry Peterson Tennell, played on the full project as well. They played on the first one as well, and then we had this amazing drummer Justin Holder play. And Grant's even told me, he tells me still that he got the best drum sound on our project that he's ever gotten, which is pretty cool. So
It's amazing. It's so cool. I love when there's different sounds that you don't expect that comes into a project
yeah,
because there's so many songs out there that are familiar
The same.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to say that. That's why I said
I
familiar.
said it. I said it.
Yeah, yeah. That that you could take this sound and put with these vocals and the same sound with these
Yeah.
vocals, and they're so transient. And then when you hear something like you said, you came back from getting lunch and you heard something that was completely different, and you're
It
like,
was like,
what? Where did this come from?
it was
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah. It grabbed your attention,
Yeah,
and that's what it should do. Like,
absolutely.
that's when you've got something.
Tell a few people, that were some people in the business that I've been associating with. They were like, "Well, it's very different," and I'm like, "Yeah, but
Exactly.
so was Tom Petty when he came out.
Yeah.
So were CCR. Like there are a lot of people that were different before we knew who they were, and that's why their
Yeah.
music is so good."
Don't you want different?
Exactly. I
Yeah,
do. I just do what I love. So
exactly. I mean, why would you want this same old, same old?
exactly.
You want something different. You want something unique. I want to turn on the radio and be like, that's Amanda Page Cornett, without a doubt. I know that sound.
And that's something as an indie artist I can do because I'm my record company, our company is paying for everything, so we can do what we want, and we want to make the best music we can make. We're not
Yes.
trying to play to mainstream radio, which I mean, hey, if they want to pick up my music, I'd love that. But
Yeah.
we want to make great music, whether it's in line with what they think is current right now or not.
Yes.
Just because we think it's great. So
Yes. Exactly. I mean, and that's step down off my soapbox. Yes, I agree. Don't get me started.
all right.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I've never understood that. Like, why play to the masses when you you are your own individual.
Yeah.
You are a unique person. You have your own thoughts. You have your own identity. And why not let that shine
Yeah.
on who
Yeah.
you are as a person?
And the artists that really stick around for a long time, you can hear it's them when they play.
Exactly.
And there are a lot of artists who have hits and songs, and I could not tell you who it was because it could be one of five people.
Right.
But then I know when Eric Church is on the radio. I know when Dirk Bentley. I know when Blake Shelton. There are a lot of artists that have been around for a while. I know it's them.
Without a doubt.
Right.
Correct.
So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And you want to be one of those, not one of 10
yeah,
that sound identical.
exactly.
Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly. What is to achieve that sound? Do you have like a specific writing process, or is it just sporadic? Like when something pops in your head, or do you do scheduled co-writes, or what is your process?
Yeah, I definitely do scheduled co-writes because everybody's busy, and that's really the only way to like make things happen. Sometimes, every now and then, I still write by myself, but that's usually an emotional high or low. Something really just hits me. Um, but like Cajun Kirk, I wrote with Grant and Mark Narmore, and was down in Muscle Shoals writing with those two guys. And actually, two of the songs on the new from the new project, I wrote with those two guys, which it's just so much fun going down there. If you've never been to Muscle Shoals, you should absolutely go.
Not. Yeah.
It's great. So we cut we cut the new project at the main instruments at Portside Sound in Cypress Moon Studios, and then we did a lot of the piano at East Avalon Studios, and then we went to Wishbone and Heartell Studios to do some of the background vocals. So we kind of used a lot of those Muscle Shoals
Wow.
studios, which are all pretty famous, even if you've only heard of like a few of them. So
Yeah.
it was, and I write with a lot of great people. I will never turn down writing with somebody new because you don't know what it's going to bring, and sometimes there's a magical connection. And I've been writing with Grant and Mark for a while, and Mark had, I think, 5 songs on the Front Porch Rebel album with me too. So like, he's one of my favorites. And just going down to Muscle Shoals, the musicians like to put in their feedback as well, which is wonderful, because sometimes I think in some studios, studio musicians get so used to just coming in and playing what's on the chart that they don't want to make it their own. But in Muscle Shoals, they still really want to make it their own. And I think that creates a uniqueness that you don't just get every day.
Yeah.
So
you're talking about giving feedback. Do you find that studio musicians hold back on giving you feedback, or are they like, do they hold back in saying what they really feel, or are they honest with their feedback?
I think that it depends completely on the artist and who's around.
Oh.
I am very, very open that I want my musicians, anybody, to give their feedback, because I want it to be great. I'd say there are some scenarios where they know just to keep their mouth shut because it's going to be done the way that's going to be done. That's not how I do things, but I do think that there is a lot of that where they come in, they do what they're paid to do, and they leave. And it's not to fault them. It's just more that
that's what they're told to do.
That's kind of how the system works in some ways.
Wow.
So, and they're some of the best musicians ever.
Yeah. So
But
I
sometimes-
would want their feedback. I would respect that.
And I definitely do.
Yeah.
But there are some people who they have what they want in mind. They don't want you to go away from it, do what's written, and get paid for it. And, you know,
Wow.
not my style.
I would think I wouldn't consider you a newer artist, but you would think these newer artists coming into town and they get an opportunity to write with some veteran songwriters that's been around for a while. And most studio musicians have been around for a while. You get an opportunity to sit down and write with somebody like that. Me personally, I would welcome their feedback. I would be like, okay, you tell me what you think, whether I'm going to use it or not.
Well, and the writers probably do. And I would say it's not always the artist. Sometimes it's probably the producers that say, this is what we've decided. This is what we've planned for, you know. And, you know, it's just a different frame of mind.
Wow.
And not all of them do that, but I do know that there are quite a few that do that. It's just, that's one reason I recorded down in Muscle Shoals, because I just love that they still care about the music they're producing.
Yeah, that's the key word right there. Care about what they're producing and want it to come out magical. Not.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
Yep.
All right. So talking about projects that you have coming up, share with us what you can that you are working on. What have you got coming up?
Okay, so right now we have the first single out, Cajun Kirk and Bella. We're going to release them all as singles this time. We just did 6 songs, but I will have some EPs to sell in person, physical ones. But so we're going to release them separately just because of distribution and how that works, and not having to pay for them twice, like I did on my first album. And we're working on getting on the road again and booking some tour dates. We just booked a really cool event, Operation Freedom, out in the Ozarks in September, which is going to be so much fun. It's a big Jeep event, and it's raising money for veterans, and such a cool event.
Love that.
The next month, a buddy of mine and I are playing at CattleCon, which is like the National Beef Cattlemen's Association, which will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then my buddy Dave Isaacs and I also have a very old school country band that we're playing with right now called Hollerbillies, where we're playing old school country music for dance music and doing a lot of old school duets. So.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
It's definitely funny. It's fun, but it's also funny because it's very classic country, and my music tends to be very much more Southern rock than the classic country, but these songs fit my voice too, and it's the stuff that I grew up loving, so it's fun.
I love the name of it, Hollerbillies. Oh my gosh, I love that. That just sounds like extremely country.
Oh yeah. It was initially Hollywood Hillerbillies or Hillbillies or something, and we changed it to Hollerbillies just to shorten it. So
That's perfect. Hollerbillies. Freaking love that. Love it. That's a perfect name. No, the other is like too long. Sounds too
way too long. Way too long. Yep.
Yeah. No, Hollerbillies. That's great. I love that. That sounds like so much fun. And where's that going to be at?
Our next gig is going to be, I guess, February 20th at the American Legion Post 82 in Nashville. And Dave's going to play a set with his band. I'm going to play a set with my band, the Almost Angels, and we're going to do a Hollerbilly set in the middle. So
awesome. That sounds like so much fun. Well, it sounds like you've got a great and fun year coming up, and then full of. Is all the recording already done, or you still have? So it's already done. You just have to release. How many songs did you say?
We did 6 songs this time. So we'll be releasing them hopefully pretty frequently, but trying to give them enough room to breathe, but then also to add another one and keep the momentum going.
Yeah. Now, and you mentioned releasing them as singles this time. Do you find that that's kind of the way to go with digital media nowadays and Spotify and everybody?
I definitely do, because my first album, it had 15 songs on it, so it actually was probably better to do it that way, to release the full album and then do singles. But for every single, you have to do a different picture and stuff like that, and you have to pay for it separately to be released. So as an indie artist, it makes more sense to release them as singles than to have to release them twice and pay for them twice. So.
Yeah. Well, and the songs get a little bit more exposure too, releasing them as singles.
Yeah. Instead of just going through and hearing them, maybe skipping, you get to hear that one song, and then maybe it hopefully gets you excited for the next one.
Yeah. So. Yeah. You release that one, like you've already released Cajun Kirk and Bella, and everybody's loving it, and you're like, okay, what's next? I'm ready for it. Because I'm already like, okay, what's next? Like, come on.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear.
Not that I'm tired of this one already. I'm not. I'm still jamming out to this one. Heck, I'm still jamming out to Carolina Coast, and that one's 7 years old.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, I'm loving this, so I can't wait to see what's next. Now, do the 6 songs on here, do they follow a theme, or are they totally independent of their own?
Well, I think they kind of follow a theme, and it's really going that a little more on the Southern rock side of that Southern rock and soul. But I would say the kind of whole theme is like being a gypsy, kind of traveling, just being like doing your own thing and like kind of going against the grain a little bit. 2 of the songs are actually really old, but we had never recorded them. But one in particular turned out so differently. There was one part that always bugged us. And somehow in the studio, the melding of minds came together and said, why don't we try this? And it completely fixed the whole entire song. It was one of those magical moments where we're like, that's what it should have been all along. So that's a pretty cool feeling too. One of the songs we did exactly like we do live, because it's just a lot of fun live, Burning Bridges. We've been playing that one for a really long time, but we realized we had never recorded it. So it's got 6 songs, and I would say, like, yeah, being gypsy and just like making your own path is kind of the theme, I'd say.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I like that. Very fitting. All right. Muscle Shoals, recording in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. That has got to be just such a special place to go and record. And so you've got that checked off on your bucket list of recording places. Is there any place that you want to go and record at? I mean, you're in Nashville, so you've probably checked off a couple places there. Is there like a recording studio that you've got on your must record at bucket list that you haven't been to yet?
Honestly, like, I've gotten to record in Muscle Shoals twice, and I've recorded at 2 different studios down there, and
it's pretty iconic.
I don't know. Gosh, the vibes down there are so cool. Like, it would take something really cool. There is a really cool studio out in Colorado that I think would be fun to check out and go into. And there are a lot of great studios in town too. I I think that I've found a home down there, even though I live in Nashville. So
I mean, can't talk.
I
Muscle
know it's hard to
Shoals
say.
pretty iconic for
Yeah.
recording. Some pretty amazing artists have come from down there. Lionel Richie just keeps popping in my head.
Aretha Franklin, Etta James, Allman
I
Brothers created Southern Rock there. I mean, like it's
so
magical, and I've gotten to play with some really cool musicians down there. Spooner Oldham, and I get to write still, and he's a freaking Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame keys player, and he's just the coolest dude ever. And I'm just very thankful that they have welcomed me into their family down there.
yes, so many. What about venues that you have played at? Do you have like a dream venue that
Ooh.
either you have played at already or that is on the bucket list?
I have played at the House of Blues in Myrtle Beach, which was fun for an award show. But I think it would be fun to do a whole like House of Blues tour for all their
Oh,
venues. They're a little bit smaller, a little more intimate, but also really cool venues. They're all unique. I've been
yes.
to quite a few of them backstage, but I've only gotten to play one of them, and I think that would be fun to do a full tour of that. But I'm really
Yeah.
big into supporting our military, so we'd really love
Hmm.
to play a lot of American Legions and VFWs as well, just to give back to those who have, kept us safe. So,
Yeah, I love that. Well, hopefully, whoever the powers that be of the military legions that set that up will hear this and get that going for you because I love that. I have a
yes.
son-in-law that's active Air Force and a son-in-law that is Army veteran. So I am highly supportive of the military as well. So, yeah, my brother's veteran Coast Guard. So, yeah, I highly support that idea right there. So, yes, I
Yes.
love that. So, y'all, Amanda is going to close us out with Cajun Kirk and Bella. But if y'all are not already following her on socials, go make sure that you do that and go check out Cajun Kirk and Bella. Any
Yes.
thoughts before you close us out with that? You've already told us the story behind Cajun Kirk and Bella. Any closing thoughts?
The music on the recording is a lot better than me playing guitar on it.
Don't sell yourself short.
But
Do not sell yourself short. The music is great, yes, but do not sell yourself short. You are fabulous as well.
well, I'll do my best. Let's go there. Let's say that. So, and I
All
always
right.
like to give a shout out to Cajun Kirk and Bella because I appreciate that they let me use their name and likeness and be a part of this story. So,
Yes, fabulous.
you ready for me?
Yes, go
Okay.
right
Met Cajun Kirk jumping boats on the mighty Mississippi. Pushing logs headed down to Baton Rouge. Said, here's my first mate, Bella. Came here from Alaska. 3/4 wolf and Malamute. I gotta catch a heavy load at the next deep water port. You're welcome to ride along when I head back north. If you got anything that ails you, you can stop by Mama Ruth's. She'll stir up a little healing voodoo stew. Well, that Mississippi's long, never know where it'll take you. Only find out if you jump on for the ride. Well, that raging, rushing river runs magic muddy water. It'll kill you or it can heal you deep inside. Got schooled on the ins and outs of river life. With Cajun Kirk and Bella by my side. Oh, with Cajun Kirk and Bella by my side. Now Kirk didn't talk too much till he got a little liquored up. Then he'd spin tales of his dark and murky life. From loving and losing a riverboat queen to capsizing in New Orleans, to conning a gambler and getting baptized. He'd reveal little secrets about his past. And I knew there were questions I should never ask. Well, that Mississippi's long, never know where it'll take you. Only find out if you jump on for a ride. That raging, rushing river you deep inside. Got food on the ins and outs of river life, with Cajun Kirk and Bella by my side. Oh, with Cajun Kirk and Bella by my side. Through all the ups and downs of life, one thing I can say, those two made it clear. You gotta choose if you wanna change. You gotta choose if you wanna change. Well, that Mississippi song, never know where it'll take you. Only find out if you jump on for the ride. That raging, rushing river runs magic muddy water. It'll kill you or it can heal you deep inside. Got food on the ins and outs of river life, with Cajun Kirk and Bella by my side. Oh, with Cajun Kirk and Bella by my side.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Thank you for spoiling us with your musicianship and singer-songwriter skills today. Loved having you on. Thank you so much. It has been such a blast having you back on the show.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me again. It's great to see you.
You are so welcome. It was great to see you. Everyone that has watched and or listened, I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as we have. As I said, if you're not already following Amanda, make sure that you go check her out on all the socials. Check out her website and give her a follow on Spotify so you don't miss any of those singles when she releases those. And if you're not already following Route 66, make sure you give us a follow on Spotify so you don't miss a single episode when it comes out. Thank y'all so much, and remember, be kind to each other and keep it country. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.